there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I have another fun video for you guys. I have my library book haul. I try to go as frequently as possible. I am very fortunate to have 2 libraries in my community, and I only went to one this time, so I will put in the cards the last time I went to the library. I am currently going through a pretty big manga kick right now, so I'm one of those. I might as well just, run with it and see how many I can complete. I have changed my reading goals for the year because I thought that this would make a little bit more sense, because yes, I do count mangas as books. However, I feel like because they're a little bit different compared to, just your traditional book, I kind of wanted to keep my goals a little bit different from each other, because my ultimate goal for this year is to read 150 books, which is totally doable for me. I usually read about 200 books a year, just, traditional books. So I kind of wanted to reflect to make sure that I am showing that growth with reading over 150 books, but I don't want to include all the manga that I read, because I can fly through a manga in like 30 minutes. So I can knock them out pretty quick. So I've kind of, reflected and kind of changed my goals for this year. So I am going to keep my overall goal for just, my regular books to be 150 books. However, I think I'm going to set a goal to read 100 manga this year. So overall, that will make my reading goal to be 250 books, which either way, I think is totally doable for me, because I am a fast reader. So this is something that I can accomplish. And I don't think that I will, be stressed out by trying to read a certain amount. Don't feel that you have to compete with me because my numbers are higher than what maybe you set them at. This is just my personal reading goal and what I know I can read, just because I do read pretty fast. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I need to kind of put this out there. I normally don't get this many manga. Plus, I say that if you have watched my last collection of books that I checked out from the library, I went ham the first time I was introduced to manga and everything. And of course, I didn't read every single book because I am a teacher and it it takes up so much of my day. So I very quickly realized I need to slow it down. But yes, I got a lot of books today. However, I do have my spring break coming up soon, and the way my district is we basically have a 2-week spring break. We have this very kind of like the week before spring break. We have this thing where it's basically kind of like an enrichment week. It's kind of like half days. So kids can come to school and, just get the extra education. Like, kids aren't forced to come. They can come if they want to. Yeah, so it's a half day. So I will have essentially 2 weeks off, kind of. So I will have lots of free time, so that's why my haul is rather large today. So keep that in mind, because otherwise I wouldn't normally check out this many. Plus, I went a little crazy because I really am excited about all these titles. So let's just go ahead and jump in before I ramble on forever, which, if you're new to my channel, be prepared for all of my rambling, because I do like to ramble. So I'm going to start off with probably one of the most hyped series on MangaTube, Bookstagram, Manga Talk, or Book Talk, any of those platforms. This is probably one of the most hyped up series. I have the first 3 volumes of Yona of the Dawn, and I am so incredibly excited to dive into the series. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this series. This is from my understanding, a fantasy type series with a reverse harem. I am somebody who loves dark romance, so, and I have read a couple reverse harems in terms of dark content, so I don't know if that means in the terms of books that I've read, if it's the same term, if they mean the same thing. Regardless, I am extremely excited about this. I have heard a lot of people talk about it. I know Izzy from Happy for Now has been binging this series the last couple months, and I've heard her rave about this series. I believe Tamika at Library of Tomes has also been binging it. I know Shay from Shay Geeks Out also raves about this series. I've been binging a bunch of her videos recently. She's incredible. I will definitely put everybody's links down in the description. I'm sure if you're watching my videos, you already follow all 3 of those amazing ladies, because I love their content. But anyway, I am so incredibly excited to dive into the series. I just got the first 3 volumes just to give it a try for now, and I'll see how I feel, but I have a feeling I'm going to be obsessed because, again, I've heard nothing but amazing things. So I am so excited about these. Plus, look at these covers. They're so cute. So excited. Okay, sorry. Next up, I have the first 3 volumes. This is another thing that I guess this is going to be the library haul where I get the first 3 volumes of all these series. So that's going to be the new title of this book haul. So I got the first 3 volumes of Blue Spring Ride. For the longest time, I was pronouncing it by these titles, and I'm like, that is so complicated to say. But I guess when you translate it to English, it means Blue Spring Ride. So, plus I've heard a lot of people say it's called Blue Spring Ride, so I'm rolling with it. So if I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize, but I'm just listening to everybody else call it Blue Spring Ride. So again, I apologize, but I just bought this mangaka's other book, Love Me, Love Me Not. I just bought the first volume in that series, and I know this is a very well-loved mangaka author, and I cannot wait to dive into this. Honestly, I don't really know too much about it, to be honest. I just know it is a shoujo series, which means it's set in kind of like high school and everything. I think junior high, so pretty young. Oh no, I like high school. But it sounds like it's kind of like a childhood friends to lovers type situation. Either way, again, I've heard nothing but amazing things, so I look forward to giving it a shot. So I got the first 3 volumes to try it out. Next up, I got, again, the first 3 volumes in Kami-sama Kiss. I'm probably mispronouncing it. These definitely are a very well-loved series because these poor editions are pretty beat up. So, but that's also making me really excited. I have heard that this is a very well-loved series as well. I believe there's an anime for this one as well. This is an older series, but I definitely want to give some of the older series a shot to see what I feel because I am new to the genre. I just got into manga in the later half of 2020, so I didn't grow up with reading manga. I actually didn't think I would ever like it just because, you know, I had that bias that I would never like them, and that is most certainly not true. I am absolutely obsessed with them, as you can tell. But anyway, I am super excited to read these. I know these are shoujo, but that's really all I know about them. I believe our main character is homeless, has to pay off debts because of her dad or something. I don't know. It sounds really good. Again, I don't remember a whole lot about what it's about, but I got some recommendations and I heard it's amazing. So here we are. I got the first 3 volumes. Next up, I got a series I did read in that very first haul. For some reason, it says that because I track all the books that I read for good reason, because here we are. I apparently read the first 2 volumes. I have no recollection of, I know I read the first volume, and at this point, I don't even remember what it's about, which is kind of sad. But apparently I've read the first 2 volumes, and I flipped to the very last page, and I'm like, I don't remember that. So clearly I was pretty stressed out with work and everything that I just could not remember the plot, which is very sad because I read them just a few months ago, which is very sad. It is the second, third, and fourth volume in the Everyone's Getting Married series. This is a Josie series, so this is more of an adult series. I, again, have heard a lot of good things. This is just one of those that at the time I saw it and was like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. I hadn't really heard anybody talk about it, so I decided to give it a shot, and I really liked, again, I know I liked the first volume. I really don't remember reading volume 2, which is why I decided to go ahead and pick up volume 2 so I could reread it if I did read it. I really don't know. This is like weirding me out that I don't have any memory of it. Anyway, we have these 2 friends who, you know, just want to get married. Everybody around them is getting married because they're at that point in their life, you know, where everybody's getting married, you know, starting their life and everything. And they decided they're going to get married together because they just really want to get married and, you know, be like all their friends. So I really look forward to continuing this series. And I believe it's also a completed series, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong on that. Next up, I got a series that I am like gonna start probably as soon as I stop filming, because there is a set of this series on Macari. It is a almost like an eBay type website where you can buy, anything, honestly, from people, and they'll send it to you. And there is a full set of this series for about a little over $100, and one of the volumes is you cannot find it anywhere. Of course, this is one of those things in reading manga. When they go out of print, there's always going to be that one random book in the series that you cannot find anywhere else. So I am determined to at least read the first 3 volumes to see if I like this series before I purchase the series, because I need it. Because I've heard a lot of great things. So I have the first 3 volumes in Strobe Edge. This is also the same mangaka as Blue Spring Ride and Love Me, Love Me Not. So I am doing a deep dive into this mangaka's work because I have heard so many amazing things. This is another shoujo series. I believe we have kind of like a love triangle situation. I could be wrong. I really don't remember what this one's about. Volume 6 in this series is the one that is you cannot find anywhere. It goes up for like $90, which is ridiculous. So I am my goal is to binge these today so I can decide if I want to make the purchase of buying them in my own copies and finishing the series. So I am super excited to dive into these. Next up, I have another really hyped book in the community. I have the first volume in Perfect World by Rai Aruka. I think I said that right. So basically we have this disabled hero, and we have I believe they're both disabled. I could be completely wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I know they kind of rely on each other, and at a point it becomes where it's an enabling type relationship, but they grow from it, and I've heard things get better from there. So this first volume is kind of problematic, but again, I've heard that it does get better as the volumes continue. I did only grab the first volume because my library only had, I think it was like 3, 4, 5 or something, they didn't have volume 2, so I didn't grab it. So I will give this a shot and, go from there. But again, I know this first volume is kind of problematic, but I'm willing to kind of just, keep that in the fourth thought of my mind that it does get better. So I'm super excited about this one. And then lastly, I have one of the OG mangas, extremely well loved, one of those like classic shoujo anime manga, and this is actually the bind up of it, and I had it upside down. This is the second volume of Fruits Basket. So basically this is just a bind up of volumes 3 and 4 in the series. I really thought I read farther than just the first 2, but I guess I didn't. So I am going to continue on with reading 3 and 4. So I am just super excited to read this. I feel like everybody knows what this is about. If on the off chance you don't, I feel like I'm the only person on this planet who reads manga that has not finished the series. But basically we have our heroine, oh gosh, I'm gonna see if I can pronounce her name, Toru, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Y'all, I'm seriously so horrible with pronouncing names. It's bad. I really need to learn how to pronounce all these names correctly. But anyway, she basically has been almost homeless and has been living kind of like in the forest and like a little camping ground from what I remember. And she starts to come into contact with these boys at school, and they're all this like really big family. Needless to say, when she accidentally touches one of them, they become a Chinese zodiac character. So, all, rabbit, bunny, snake, you know, all of them. So it's just kind of her journey getting really close to this entire family. You got some characters who just really are not good characters, you know, they just have that attitude. I am super excited to continue. Again, this is just one of those classic manga and anime, so I look forward to continuing. So those are all the books that I got from my library. I have a lot of reading to do over spring break, and honestly, I am so excited. I am desperate for this break. I know being in Texas, we did kind of have a snow break because of the snow. So that was really nice for me to kind of recharge because I really need it because as a teacher, the months for February and March are extremely stressful. I have been extremely stressed out this past week just because of, you know, everything that we have to do as teachers. So I have been, you know, really looking forward to our spring break and kind of just getting a chance to recharge before craziness happens again, because we do have testing coming up. So here are just about half of the books that I would love to binge over spring break. Again, I'm probably going to dive into a bunch of these this weekend just because I really am super excited about so many of these. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have read any of these volumes, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think about them. I know a lot of these are extremely well loved in the community. If you guys have any recommendations of even anime for me to check out, I would love to get some recommendations from y'all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All my links of social media will be down in the description if y'all want to follow me elsewhere and see what I'm doing everywhere else. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.